Good afternoon, my friends. Today, I welcome you to a place called Through, and we're broadcasting from WYTV7, Christian Broadcasters Network. Today, we're so honored to have with us Mrs. Duchette Polite Hilton. She representing Jasper County First Steps. Today, she's going to share her story about how they're going through in the midst of our crisis, serving the parents and community. And we want you to know here at WYTV7 Christian Broadcasters Network, this is a place called Through where we share real stories of real people, helping, empowering, and educating and inspiring others. We also offer you this opportunity, if you so desire, to help us continue our mission, to make that charitable donation so that we can continue with our mission of hope. Again, Mrs. Hilton, we do welcome you to this place called Through.
Thank you, Ms. Gowen.
Mrs. Hilton, for our listeners and our viewers, if you would go ahead and share a little bit about what First Steps is about and talk to us about your parenting program.
Thank you. I am the Executive Director of Jasper County First Steps. We are a school readiness initiative in Jasper County. We fall under the oversight of South Carolina First Steps, which is a state agency. At the local level, we do operate as independent nonprofits, and we do several programs that impact the lives of preschool age children. One of the biggest programs that we do is our home visitation and parent education program called Parents as Teachers, and that's the program that I will primarily share with you today. Parents as Teachers is a nationally recognized intervention program that focuses on building positive interactions between parents and children, looking at a child's development and how that parent's relationship will impact that child's development and have that child ready for kindergarten.
And so through that parenting, you're pretty much preparing the child for school.
Yes, it is a school readiness program, but it's one that looks at the parent as the primary influence in that child's readiness.
So it impacts both the parent and the child to prepare the parent for, I guess, the child going to school as well as the child going through that process of separation as well, being that this is their first entry to school.
Yes, but it is a program that families participate in even if their child gets enrolled in an early education program before entering kindergarten. We continue to work with that parent in the home with the child to give them positive parenting skills, family strengthening opportunities, as well as child development activities that they can do in conjunction with whatever that child may be experiencing if they are in a early education environment as well. So we have children that have never gone to preschool that stay in our program up to kindergarten entry, as well as those that might be in a child development environment.
So you offer classes, or is this a homebound situation that the parents can come to learn how to transition into this process or into your program?
Yes, it is a one-on-one interaction between a certified parent educator. I'm proud to say that our Parents as Teachers program is a Blue Ribbon affiliate, meaning that we have earned the highest degree of quality fidelity, program fidelity and quality endorsement from the national program. This is our 4th year as a Blue Ribbon affiliate. So we work with the parent to build positive, like I said, skills for the parent as far as how they interact with the child. And then we take activities into the home. But they also have an opportunity to come together monthly with group connections where all parents that we serve can come together, and then we do activities that is more holistic for the family unit.
How many parents do you currently have enrolled in your program?
Right now we have 25 parents.
And they're all Jasper County?
In Jasper County, yes.
And for our listeners and our viewers, Jasper County is located in Ridgeland, South Carolina. So we're primarily focusing on Jasper, but First Steps is, it spreads further than Ridgeland, right?
Correct. Jasper County First Steps, we serve the entire county. So Hardyville area, Ridgeland, Point South, going out towards Grays and Rivers Hill, we serve the entire county. There is a First Steps entity in every county in South Carolina, but our program serves Jasper County residents exclusively.
And significantly to Jasper County, because Jasper County has always been rated in terms of education at the lowest. We're not quite reaching the state levels on many areas. What have you seen in the changes since you've been executive director to this program that you could say that has really helped raise some of those ills against our educational system?
I will say this: change is a slow process. And we have just in the last couple of years been doing the school readiness assessments that enrolling kindergartners have taken. And much to my heartache, Jasper County is not faring well with the school readiness assessment for those incoming kindergartners. I know through just through maintaining relationships with our parents that our children that have come through the Parents as Teachers program, they are generally doing well. They are assessing well with the kindergarten readiness assessment. They are continuing to be on track. Parents are continuing to be involved in their child's academic development as they have gone through third grade, fifth grade. But we are not seeing the movement that I would like to see for our youngest learners. As far as our Parents as Teachers program, we may have a total of 5 children that exits out of our program into kindergarten every year. So that is the impact that we're making on kindergarten enrollment on a year by year basis. So even if our children do exceptionally well, we need this program to be able to be replicated at a larger degree. We serve 25 families, and we're looking at children from prenatal up through age 5 years old total. So the impact is powerful at the personal level, but it's not moving the needle at the county level because the impact is small. It's powerful, but small.
And a lot of that, would you say, is not, it would be probably limited to the parenting skills or the enhancement of the parenting. You know, other programs have tried to work along with the parents to bring them into this fold of bringing their kids, you know, into the educational process. So to say with your program, and I know that you all are doing a wonderful job, do you feel that we need to do more maybe to help the parents become more aware, more, I guess, involved into the future of their children as to the basics of knowing that, okay, we've got this program, we're sending them, but then we still need to do more. So are you ready to suggest that maybe we need to build a stronger umbrella to help bring up some of these parents?
We definitely do. I think that parent involvement is key to a child's academic success. Because the groundwork that we set for our children going into that school environment can only be enhanced once they get there. If that child goes into kindergarten at a deficit, they have that much more that they have to make up for, that the teacher has to make up for once they get there. But I will say, as far as our program is concerned, it is an expensive program to operate. We have 2 full-time staff persons that work our program, and that's about, at our current funding, what we could afford to employ in that area. But I would love to see the program replicated in a larger degree, and it's one of those things that we're looking at. in finding additional funding to bring on more staff so that we can reach more parents. There are other innovative ways to impact parental involvement and child readiness that goes beyond just our program. So yes, I think a broader umbrella.
To help enhance your program, are you getting additional funding from the local school districts? Are they contributing? Your county councils? Are you receiving any additional support to help maintain your program? Because I know that you're kind of like limited with your staffing as well. So petitioning other entities, how successful has that been for you? And now that we're all facing this crisis of the coronavirus, what impacts are your agency having or seeing with this being a national disaster at this point?
Okay, I'll look at the county support first. We do receive monetary support from county council to implement our program. It is used primarily to fund our literacy program, Dolly Parton Imagination Library. And we also receive support from our school district. Our office is actually housed inside the school district's building on Graves Highway, and they donate 75% of the cost of renting our facilities, which is a significant financial impact for us. So the school district supports us that way by donating the space that we use through in-kind support. And like I said, we do receive support from county council. That money, though, is primarily used for our literacy program.
Do you foresee any maybe grants? Are you applying for any grants outside of the support that you already have?
Yes. We have received a few grants. It hasn't been enough to, it's been more, like you said, to enhance our programs, but not to fund another full-time position. And so I'm always looking at grant opportunities and funding opportunities to expand our programs. But we have not received a large enough grant to pick up another staff person.
And so the impacts of your program now being that the schools are shut down in South Carolina as well as other states due to this coronavirus, what has changed in your program and where do you foresee yourselves going with this program? Because it's uncertain as to our governor, McMaster has stated, school is probably going to be closed in South Carolina until April the 30th, I understood.
Yes. Currently, myself and staff are working remotely from home. We are continuing to serve our families through remote visits. So we use video conferencing and telecommunications to stay in contact with our families, to continue with our family strengthening visits. We'll be having our upcoming group meeting as a video conference. So the staff persons are taking materials into the homes so that they will have it and will be able to continue to replicate the program and the visits, even in our physical absence. We've been doing that for the last 2 weeks. It's been well received by the parents and the children alike, and we're continuing to put information on our social media sites. Our Facebook site is very active, and it is the one that generates, I think, the most interaction between families and the community at large. So we place a lot of things on our Facebook, supports for preschool as well as parents of older children, because we know that this isn't happening in a vacuum. And we do work with child care providers as well, some of whom have closed their doors in the wake of this health crisis. So we know that that is putting an additional strain on families to find reliable and safe health care for their children if they're continuing to work. Um, we have made available diapers. We were working with an organization out of Charleston, um, a diaper bank called Bundles of Joy, and we had Pampers that we were able to distribute to our families before we um, broke and started working remotely. So we are trying to supply both emotional, academic, and concrete supports to our families during this time.
And so I would imagine that you're still reaching out to other agencies that are still available and probably like yours doing remote things to offer that support system for these parents. I'm sure it's very challenging to have all the schools shut down, and being that Jasper County is such a small area, um, I'm sure it's very challenging, as we all know that it's challenging all over the world right now for us to just get through from day to day. And I commend you for the job that you're doing. You mentioned your page, so would you go back and kind of offer that information? So if someone wanted to donate or be a part of your program, how would they find access to your information?
Our website is www.jaspercountyfirststeps.org, and that's also the name of our Facebook page. So you can find us online in those means. We are able to accept online donations primarily by going to southcarolinafirststeps.org and go to their donate page, and you can designate Jasper County as the recipient of your support.
And your office phone number would be?
Our office phone number is 843-726-5100, and it is a man number. Right now, all of those calls are being forwarded to my work cell, so that as calls come into the office, it is being received by me.
And you mentioned donations of diapers. Are there any other items that if someone wanted to donate that could help support during time of crisis? What are some of the other needs to help maintain your program that you would like to have at this point?
We are always in need of quality children's books. We use them for community distributions. We operate 15 little free libraries throughout the county that we have to keep stock with quality reading materials for children of all ages. So we're always in need of books. Right now, our book request is being sort of put on hold to sort of keep down with the spread of infection. So we aren't currently looking for book donations, but if someone was interested in doing a donation, a cash donation that they could designate for items would be helpful, or diapers, I think, is one of the greatest needs that our parents are facing, because we're not able to connect right now with that diaper bank.
Due to the current situation and the trucking
Correct.
situation,
Yes.
and I'm sure eventually we'll see it showing up in our mailing. What about the local library? I know that our libraries are always overflowing in books that they're willing to give away. Are they offering any support? I believe they may be closed as well, but have you reached out to the branch manager to see if they could assist you?
Yes. Our local libraries, both Hardyville Community Library and Pratt, have donated books out of their Friends of the Library rooms to support the little free libraries, those books that they have taken out of circulation. We've received books from them. The Book Exchange Club at Sun City, they are one of our main supporters of adult literature that we put in the little free libraries.
Well,
So
what about the, you already have any of the churches in the area come forth to help you?
We haven't really made a petition to the churches as yet for any support. I will say that Kingdom Touch Ministries have been very supportive of our Parents as Teachers program. They donated, they sponsored 10 families during the Christmas season with Christmas gifts. They are looking to do something for them again during the Easter season and providing them with Easter baskets. That is something that we're also sort of having tentatively in the air, and we'll see how that goes. But the churches have always been very responsive to us when we've made a plea. But with the quick turnaround with this, really once the word came down, we were in hyper mode of getting things pulled together so that we can continue to offer direct services to our families. And we haven't made any additional direct pleas for support in the last 2 weeks.
Well, it sure sounds like you guys are doing a wonderful job and you to be commended for the job. I know that you kind of had put on some running shoes after the passing of your former executive director. And I would like to say you truly are doing a lot for Jasper County. And we do hope you the very best. We are winding up here. We've got a few more minutes left. So I want to ask you, Mrs. Hilton, to share with our viewers and our listeners something that you feel will be empowering to them, encouraging, and how they can encourage you all, because I'm sure you're facing the hardest time as well in trying to maintain a program. So if there's anything you want to add at this point, I ask you to please do so.
First, I would like to thank you, Ms. Goings, for giving us this platform to share our program. And for those that are viewing, I would like to encourage them to be mindful that even though we are practicing social distancing, physical distance is not what makes relationship. Our hearts are still connected one to the other. I encourage all of the viewers, near and far, to continue to reach out to those persons that may be going through feelings of isolation, that may be feeling that they are cut off from the world. Everyone needs someone to say, hey, I was thinking about you and I care. And that's why we are so very glad that we were able to do this for our families. We did not want to leave them having to deal with this crisis without any other support. We are continuing to make referrals. We make referrals to the food bank, tell them when there's a mass distribution coming up. We know that there's one coming up this coming Saturday that we've shared with our families. We know that there will be needs outside of what our hands can provide. But there are very few things that's outside of what our hearts can provide. So I would like to encourage others to continue to think well of each other, to support each other, and to realize that children are in this as well. And they don't always have the words to be able to deal with what they're feeling. So we have to speak life into them and let them know that this too shall pass and we will come out of it stronger.
Amen. Awesome. God bless you. And I thank you so very much again, Mrs. Hilton, for being my guest today on A Place Called Through, broadcasting from WYTV, Christian Broadcasting Network. We also want to invite you to come back. I know that because of the crisis, parents are not able to come and share their testimonies. So we'd like to invite you to come back and be our guest again, and maybe we can share with your staff and some of the participants on the successes of your story. Again, we are broadcasting from WYTV, Christian Broadcasters Network, and we do invite you back again, and we thank you so much wholeheartedly for being our guest. Be mindful that we only do this as a mission of hope, a mission of love, to help inspire, encourage someone else. By making charitable donations, it's all being possible. Again, I thank you. God bless you. Be safe.
Thank you.